package, HMO or company packages. We also accept insurance. Our Lady of Lourdes International Medical Center is located at number 2 National Highway, Barrio Barreto, Olongapo City. For more information, call our landline number 047-306-5250 or text our cell phone number 0928-820-8191.
89.5
My Subic Bay Radio.
Worldwide.
Consulta pang medisina. Consulta pang medisina.
Starring
Dr. Jusay. Dr. Jusay. Dr. Jusay.
Dr. Noel Jusay&Lacsamana.
89.5 now. Yeah, a little technical glitch there. 89.5 FM, my Subic Bay Radio. Welcome again. Another Thursday morning, another Consulta pang Medicina, ladies and gentlemen. So to introduce our guest doctor is our, of course, regular doctor every Thursday morning, Dr. Noel Jusay&Lacsamana.
Magandang umaga po sa lahat ng ating mga kaibigan na nakatune in dito every Thursday morning sa Consulta pang Medicina. Ngayon pong umaga, ang pag-uusapan po natin is all about internal medicine, adult medicine po ito, no? Si Dr. Belchez po ang ating guest ngayon. Siya po ay nagtapos sa FEU at siya po ay nag-residency sa
Chinese General Hospital.
Chinese General, opo. Siya po ay specialista, dalubhasa sa paggamot ng mga sakit ng adults. Yan. Yes. At Doctor, magandang umaga po at welcome to the show.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat at it's a privilege and a pleasure for me to be here in this program.
Yeah. And Doctor, we'll invite our listeners to tune in and send in their questions kung meron silang concerns about their health, mga adults.
Yes,
This internal medicine covers everything mula sa ulo hanggang sa paa.
Okay, pag sinabi po natin internal medicine, Doc, usually all non-surgical cases of the adults, no? Which includes in general mga heart problem, asthma, diabetes, hypertension, and all that.
Problema sa puso,
yes.
Problema sa bulsa. Kasama yung problema sa bulsa. Di ba? So you can text in your questions 0920-90-99937. Kanina pa, Doktor, bago tayo magsimula ay may mga phone in text in questions na dito. Yes. Pero yung mga ibang tanong dito, surgical pa. So we'll try to read them later. No? So you can start sending your questions. Pero before that, magkwentuhan muna tayo, Doctor.
Oh, yes.
Ano ba yung nakikita niyo mga common ailments dito sa ating lugar?
Ang pinaka number 1 sa mga problem na kita po natin dito, unang-una yung hypertension or high blood po. Pangalawa po siguro is diabetes, heart problem also.
Yeah, so yung tatlong yun talagang common.
Yes, very, very common.
So, ano kaya ang magandang ikwento natin sa ating mga listeners para maiwasan yung mga 1, 2, 3 na yan?
Okay, very important siguro sa natin ito. Very important is a healthy lifestyle. Probably siguro medyo tanggalin muna natin kung ano yung mga bisyo natin katulad ng paninigarilyo.
Number 1.
Pag-inom ng alak. And also have a regular checkup with the doctor and also laboratory examination in order to determine, especially if you have high risk in the family. If you have high history of possible hypertension, diabetes, or heart problem. And also, Doc, siguro we should also watch out our diet also. It's very important also.
Guilty.
Okay. Hindi ka wala nakakagmo.
Yeah. Ito may nag-ano dito. Doc, mahina ang reception. Nasa Maynila po kasi nag-text eh. So sabi ko, mag-tune in na lang sa sa internet.
Yep.
Yun. Sabi ito, Ella Marcosa is asking, Doc, nagtaas ang presyon nung ako'y nanganak.
Okay.
meron daw damage sa mata. Maibabalik ba ito? Miss Marcosa, baka nagkaroon ka tinatawag na yung preeclampsia.
Yes. Opo.
So, sometimes they end up, ito sa mata, I can, yung tungkol sa mata sasagutin ko. Then si Dr. ikikwento yung tungkol sa pagtaas ng presence sa pregnancy. Marami kami nakikita dyan na nagkaroon ng pamamaga yung optic nerve head, yung papillary edema na tinatawag. And definitely, it will affect the vision, lumalabo. Fortunately, more than 95% sa nakikita kong ganyan are able to recover again. Especially pag na-control na yung precipitating factor. Actually, ang congen talaga is yung pregnancy. So, they deliver the child. Pagtapos ng pregnancy, everything, at nakakabalik naman sa normal usually. But have your eyes examined. Punta kayo sa pinakamalapit nyong eye doctor, Miss Marcosa, para ma-examine yung likod ng mata nyo, yung retina and the neural system. At para kung nagkakaroon po ng damage doon. Pero may pag-asa po yan. Doctor, bakit ba nagkakaroon ng ganun?
Okay, ang tawag po natin dito usually toxemia of pregnancy. Actually, until now, wala pa rin specific cause talaga kung nagko-cause dito. Pero may mga precipitating factors. Like for example, if you have family history, hypertension, and also siguro sa diet natin, especially sa pagkain natin ng mga alat, no? The most important thing right now, Ms. Marcosa, is pagkapanganak po ninyo, you have to monitor your blood pressure.
Yes.
No? Kasi sometimes, even after you deliver, sometimes the hypertension persists. That's other problem will come in. Like for example, possible complication of hypertension like enlargement of the heart, a possibility of stroke later on. So that's the problem of papillary edema, or kabingat po ni doctor, is just one complication of it. So we have to monitor because hindi lang po yung mata yung pwede nating matamaan, including all other organs in our body. And you have to seek consultation, regular consultation with your doctor para po kayo mabigyan ng karampatang gamot po.
Yun so yun po yung Miss Marcosa. Sabi ni Ellen Vitug, Doc, ang hypertension pala nagiging cause din ng pagkakaroon ng bato sa bato kasi ang papa namin nasira ang bato dahil sa hypertension, or it's the other way around?
Okay. Ang hypertension po kasi, any part of our body who has blood vessels or ugat, pwede pong sirain
affected,
talaga. Opo. Yung pagkasira po ng kidney natin, hindi po ito most probably dahil sa kidney stone or sasabi natin bato sa bato. Most probably, yung nakatama po talaga sa kidney yun is yung hypertension itself, no? But, pwede pong overlapping yung dalawa. May hypertension, pwede masira ang kidney. At the same time, may kidney stone din. So, pwede magtulong po para masira po ang kidney. So, very important po talaga. If you have hypertension, you have to treat that and you have to control the blood pressure to an ideal level para po hindi po tayo magkaroon ng mga complications later on. Yeah.
At doctor, dito napansin natin, nirank nyo nga, hypertension, diabetes, and heart disease. Magkakamag-anak lahat eh.
Yes.
In fact, in my practice, the number one cause of irreversible blindness is diabetes. Diabetic retinopathy. Followed by hypertensive retinopathy and glaucoma. So, talagang consistent. And what do you think, doctor? I think it has something to do with the culture and diet ng tao ng population natin.
So far siguro sa sobrang advance ng sabihin natin yung fast-paced life natin and advanced technology and full of stress at the same time siguro. And diet, very important though.
Living by the sea.
Yes. So lagi tayo nagmamadali. So kailangan puro fast food tayo. And alam po natin mga fast food usually laden with
monosodium glutamate.
Yes. And also fats.
Yeah.
And also sugar, doc, no? That can further aggravate to mga sakit po natin ito. So very important dito, we have to be very conscious about what we eat and also regular exercise. At the same time also, doc, no bisyo na lang siguro, doc.
Bisyo?
If possible. No?
Oo.
Yes.
Tanong nga natin si DJ Double B. May bisyo ka ba?
Medyo mahirap po ikwento eh.
Mahabang kwento mo. Napakarami niyan eh.
It's a good thing nga lang po, hindi ako natuto mag-smoke and uminom ng alak or beer. Nga lang, of course, sometimes peer pressure pag nasa isang club ka, inabutan ka ng mention the name, light beer. Pwede na yung isa, pero umaabot ng 2 oras, 3 oras, hindi mo pa nakakalahati.
Pero,
thank God for that.
Pero remember bro, yung 1 bottle of beer is how many calories?
Around 120, maybe the light, maybe 120 calories.
That's about.
Okay.
Make it Actually, yung isang bote ng beer, hindi ko sinasabing 220 to 260 calories. Actually, umabot ng 500 calories. Alam mo bakit? May kaakibat na pulutan pa yan.
Okay.
Yes. Tapos,
Yun eh.
yung isang boteng beer na yan, inaabot ng 2,000 calories yan. Alam mo bakit? May kasunod pa yun eh.
Oo nga po. Lalo na kung marami kayo.
Yeah. Lalo na kung masaya.
Pero Doc, matanong ko lang po kasi, di ba may mga certain studies daw na kahit half a beer a day is not really that bad.
Actually,
Because of malt or I don't know.
Yes, but the problem is the alcohol content of it.
Okay.
Siguro, I should say siguro maybe 1 to 2 bottles in a week. That would be suffice, yeah.
Okay.
But on a daily basis, siguro that can consider already a chronic alcoholism. Eh. We take at least 1 to 2 bottles a day. No?
Alcoholism.
Yes, in the long run, doc, that will cause problems, especially in your liver, no?
So, I was about to ask, what organ specifically ang tatamaan dyan?
The most important organ talaga tama natin is the liver. It's considered yung tagalinis talaga ng katawan natin of all the toxins na pinapasok natin sa katawan.
Ouch.
Yeah. So sometimes the liver naman can compensate, no? But in the long run, kapag continuous yung insult doon due to chronic alcohol intake,
The higher the alcohol content po, the more dangerous it is.
Yeah. It will cause further damage in the liver.
No, sabi ni Dory, correction please. The first organ that is affected sa boyfriend ko kapag umiinom siya ng alcohol is his organ. Ayaw tumayo. Dory, good morning.
What do you think about that?
What can you say about that, doctor?
Okay. It's an fact actually kapag tayo under influence of alcohol, wala talagang Actually,
Humihina.
there's a possibility of there's a libido. Pero yung chance, yung physical capability na for erection or anything,
It's affected.
medyo affected.
So, not just the liver, Dory. Sabi, LOL, ang daming
It's a good question,
Yeah, it's good. Thank you for participating, Dory.
I think it's safe to say po, Doc, pagka yung pa rin at mataas pa rin daw, hindi ka pa raw lasing.
Okay. Greet my boyfriend, Miguel. Miguel, nagpaparinig si Dory, okay?
Kaboom.
Okay. You know, one thing nice about this show is we get lots of comments and text na very, very, very entertaining naman at times and funny. Sometimes bordering on
You know what it is. Pero it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Si Lilia Quintos is asking, good morning, Doc. Pakigreet naman kami dito, naka-tune in with my kids, bakasyon. Yeah. Sabi niya, ito yung question niya. Ilang taon ba bago masira ng diabetes ang mata at ang mga paa? Kasi na-diagnose ang husband ko, diabetic daw po. Umaabot ng 160. Anong ibig sabihin nun? 160.
Hindi ko lang po alam kung ito ay fasting blood sugar natin o tinatawag nating random blood sugar po. No? When say fasting blood sugar, ito po yung kinukuha na natin ng dugo mga 8 to 12 hours na hindi po kayo kumain, especially in the morning. No? Usually po, ang normal natin na result or fasting blood sugar is around 70 to 105 only milligram percent. No? So, or about up to 5.9 millimole per liter.
So, 70 to 100. Take note,
To 105.
When we were in school, not so long ago, we were told up to 120 is good.
Yes.
Di ba, Doc? You had that also.
Yes.
Sa fasting po.
Hindi naman nagkakalayo yung edad namin ni Doc. We graduated 4 years ago.
From 100 now down to 70.
Kaya lang, Doc, on
70 to 100,
continuous studies and research, nagbabago-bago po yung recommendation sa mga experts right now.
Yes.
They found out the lower the fasting blood sugar, the less probability of developing complications later on.
In fact, Doctor, in my studies, I've seen that blood sugar of 105 starts to damage the eyes already.
I see.
That's very early. And si Ma'am is asking, kailan darating yung effect sa mata? The answer is, it's Depende. Kasi depende yung sa resistance ng husband ninyo. Depende sa lahi. There are people with blood sugar, sabi nila, I've been like this for the longest time, 140. Pero pag tinignan ko naman yung likod, good enough. Intact pa yung retina, wala pang damage. Sabi ko, don't wait until damage would start. As early as now, i-control nyo na po. And we have found out that people who go and use insulin early, mas less po yung complications na nakikita ko sa mata. This is speaking from my specialty, doctor. So, would you agree on that?
Yes, definitely, Doc.
Yung early insulin.
Yes. Actually, Doc, yung 70 to 105, that's recommended by Philippine Diabetes Association here in the Philippines. But in American Diabetes Association, ADA, in the US, they recommend up to 100 lang, Doc.
100.
Yes, kaya lang patients usually napakahirap kontrolin. Kung sabi natin 105 is already considered nasa borderline diabetes stage na tayo. So, on my practice siguro, I still follow the up to 105. But with regards to your the insulin you mentioned, doctor, no? You have to follow up with the specialist, especially with an internist, endocrinologist, or diabetologist for that matter, so that mabibigay po sa inyo yung tamang gamot. If you need to start the insulin, that means may reason po kung bakit. That means sobrang taas po talagang blood sugar natin. So kung kailangan pong start ng insulin para mas makontrol po ang blood sugar, then you should do that.
And kadalasan, doctor, pag nakikita ng internist na medyo problematic yung control, they usually start this already.
Yes.
Kasi ang common notion is natatakot sila na the moment nag-insulin sila, tuloy-tuloy na. But I always emphasize to my patients na, remember, diabetes is a lifetime affair.
Definitely.
You cannot cure it, you can only control it.
Yes, tama. Tama po, Dok.
Diabetes will not kill. It will not kill you. It's the complications that will...
yes, Doctor.
Yan, ha? So magkakapatid yan. Diabetes, hypertension, heart disease.
Yes, Doctor.
Sabi ni Richard Tongol, Doc, yung pong pagkain ng virgin coconut oil at olive oil, makakababa raw ba ng pressures at makakaganda rin ng daloy? So,
okay.
Virgin coconut oil. Kasi they've been advertising so much about this. So,
actually, on my experience kasi, bilang doctor, wala tayong masyadong, with regards to exposure regarding to the use of virgin coconut oil. But I heard or I read some of the anecdotal reports regarding this one, sometimes help. But the most important thing, pwede po siguro natin itry ito. But the most important thing is we have to monitor yung ating mga medical practice. For example, the hypertension, if that's going down with intake of that would be fine.
yeah.
No?
But definitely, hindi yun ang gamot. Yun yung pantulong lang.
Pangtulong na po. That's called salt supplement. Pangtulong lang po talaga siya.
pantulong lang.
The most important thing po is kailangan magamot po talaga yung mga natin.
Yung tanong ni Mr. Richard Tongol, most likely yung pangdaloy is sa blood flow sa blood vessels natin. Actually, it's a well-known fact na itong good cholesterol, pag tumataas ang level niya, bumababa yung bad cholesterol para matunaw-tunaw daw yung kwan. Okay, especially those who have watched yung movie, Lorenzo's Oil. So, actually, it makes sense. But remember, kumakain ka ng calories din yan oil din yan It can also be stored as fats sa katawan. So, you can eat this but in moderation. Actually, sinasabi ko sa mga pasyente ko, you can eat animal fats actually, but in moderation. Kasi you have to enjoy meals once in a while. I have an 85 years old patient. Inopera ko sa katarata. 7 years na bulag. Hindi makakita. Then, binala nung kanyang apo na doctor, inopera ko. Alam mo, sabi nung apo na Dr. Brad ko pa sa'yo, bro, CCC ako, dapat dinala ko na siya nung 7 years ago, nabulag siya. Ba hindi niyo pinopera? Sabi ng doktor, matanda na raw kahit hindi. Imagine, extra 7 years. Now, she's 85. She's very lean, but very, very smart and witty, yung matanda.
Yes.
So, tinanong, sabi nung anak, tuntua sila when she was able to recover, nakakita ulit, nagsusulsi ulit ng damit. Anong sabi nung matanda? Doc, sabi nila, masama raw ako manood ng TV. Hindi po, hindi masama. You can enjoy, you can watch TV. Kanya pala, nagagalit yung kanyang mga anak, nakikipag-agawan sa Facebook. Yung pag nagchat-chat sila sa mga anak niya sa Amerika, nangaagaw na raw. So, hindi masama ako. Tapos tinanong, Doc, ano yung mga samang kainin? Considering yung kanyang apo ay internist din.
Yes,
ano masabi ko? Brad, huwag mo nang bawalan. She's 85. Pakainin mo na steak araw-araw. She's 85. I mean, she's had her time. Baka all lifetime, kumakain siya ng puro gulay na lang.
Yes.
So, I mean, yung mga diet na yan, let's put some common sense into it, di ba?
Yes, sir.
After all, we have to enjoy life.
Yes, definitely.
Ako tinatanong, Dok, bawal bang kumain ng after surgery? Ano ba yung bawal? Bawal magkusot na mata after cataract surgery. Bawal tumingin sa pangit at saka bawal gumawa ng kasalanan. 3 lang. Ano yung kwan? Ano yung bawal kainin? Yung nakaka-high blood. Ano yung nakaka-high blood? Sabi niya, yung hindi masarap. Kasi pagka hindi masarap ang kinakain, ma-high blood ka. Then, Dok, yung pong hipon, alimango, steak, bawal yan ka. Pag wala, pag meron, pwede.
Yes,
No, you can eat everything in moderation. At pag minsan kasi may bagong produkto na ine-endorse, they bobombahin ang media ng it's a miracle na cure-all. Once they are advertising something na cure-all, hindi totoo yan.
Definitely.
There's no such thing.
Kung titingnan natin sa history, sa dami ng lumabas na ngayon, wala naman nagtagal na talaga. Sabihin natin nandiyan. The most important thing pa rin po is, siguro, yung tama si sabi ni Doctor, all in moderation. And also, when we treat patients, usually, case-to-case basis po, usually actually, ang natin, the way we treat patient, dapat it should be an enjoyable one also. And,
Yes,
and a reasonable one na hindi natin masyadong pagbabawal.
We make life pleasant Diba?
Definitely, Doc. Including with diabetes, yung mga cheat day nga tayo. We usually allow them to take
enjoy
little food once in a while. Yeah.
Doon po sa nababanggit yung moderation, meron po tayong nakikita sa mga nabibili nating food products, yung tinatawag na RDA, yung tama po ba, regulated daily allowance?
Recommended.
Recommended, okay. Recommended daily allowance. So, mas maganda rin po ba yung yung nagiging habit mo rin na kumbaga, alamin mo yung sarili mong weight against dun sa anong recommended daily allowance mo. Para nalalaman mo kung masyado na ba sumobra dun sa yung nakain mo. What do you think about that? No?
Actually, yung maintaining weight.
Opo, yeah.
Okay. May titawag po kasi tayong BMI Yung basal metabolic index, tinatawag natin. Basal mass index, sorry. So, mini-measure po ito yung sa weight natin against our height, no? Okay. Ang usual na normal natin, palagay natin mga nasa, mga 21 to 23, most probably ganyan. Kasi mostly, Doc, pag umabot ng 24, minsan nasa parang border na tayo Parang mild obesity na yan no? Pero, so, kino-compute po natin ito, no? So, you have to look for your doctor para ma-compute po kung ano talaga dan. So,
you can Google.
Definitely, para malaman natin kung ano yung BMI natin, no? So, very important po yun kasi once tumaas tayo sa BMI, napunta tayo sa tinatawag natin hindi pa naman obesity, Doc, overweight, nasa overweight. Mga 24, 26, no? Tapos 27 above, nasa na yan may obesity 1 and obesity 2 stage tayo. So, that increases our chance of developing problems, no? Like a possibility of hypertension, which is associated with gaining weight, no? Hypertension, diabetes, the possibility of increased mga cholesterol natin, no? That could develop into complications later on, no? So, very important that we should watch out our food. So, the most important thing, Doctor, also, I think talaga nagpapataba sa panahon natin is more the sugar rather than the fat, I should say.
The simple sugars.
Simple sugars that can increase immediately the blood sugar when we eat that, no? Especially mga sweets na natin, like for example the soda, no?
She can
Yeah,
as much
that's
as
very
possible.
important.
Iwas talaga.
And also yung mga sweets natin like ice cream, cakes, chocolates, candies, pastries, and all that, no? So we can take that pero in moderation, as we said before, no?
Doc, ang sarap kasi.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes yung bawal
Yeah.
Ito, nice. A related topic to. Good day, Idol Docs. Yan okay. Pleasant ang inyong show. Very amiable ang boses ninyo. Thank you very much. Dina Canlas. Ask ko lang po. Kasi nagda-diet po yung sister ko. Isang pack ng Skyflakes lang pagka-lunch at pag-dinner. 1 and 1/2 lang. Tapos, I was trying to tell her na yung kanyang Skyflakes parang isang katumbas na rin ng isang rice. Totoo ba yun? Isang cup ng rice?
Ay, hindi po siguro.
Probably yes.
Yeah, probably yes. But the problem is kailangan meron din po tayo ibang supply ng energy.
Yeah.
Remember si Skyflex, only carbohydrates lang po yan So even when we're cutting down on calories, we should get enough supply nung protein and also yung mga healthy fats natin sa diet. So yung pure na sabihin natin when we intake Skyflex alone, So that would not be sufficient para ma-sustain natin lahat ng nutrients na kailangan natin sa
Kasi
katawan.
kailangan po ng proteins, kailangan po ng fats, kailangan mo ng...
Yes.
The body still needs all of these po, no?
Tama ko
Hindi lang
mo doon kasi
sumobra.
carbohydrates lang, tsaka a little salt, a little minerals.
Yes.
Oo. Ito, from Dina rin. She's asking, ano to? Merong ina-advertise sexy chicks. Okay ba to, Doc? Canned. Sexy chicks.
Parang nakita ko na sa television. It's
I think...
chicken na ano.
Ganito yan. Okay. Nakita ko na yung advertisement yan eh. In fact, the advertisement itself is misleading. Pinakita doon, pag kumain ka ng gulay, magmumukha kang gulay. Pag kumain ka ng fish, ng tuna, magmumukha kang tuna. Kasi yun nasa ulo. That is a very, very for me, very irresponsible advertising. Mali ang message na ibibigay sa tao. I don't know bakit pumapasa yung mga ganun. Now, ang laman nun, this is my personal opinion. I hope yung manufacturers ng sexy chicks would, or yung promo nila. It is chicken. I think it's white meat ng chicken na inilagay sa... So, if you want mas fresh, bili ka na lang ng chicken sa palengke. Kuha ng breast. Yung breast niyan, mas mababa yung calories. In fact, mas konti yung fats nung nasa white meat kumpara sa red meat. Personally, I enjoy eating red meat. Why? Because it's got lipids laden between the fibers, but the lipids bring in the flavor and the fun.
Yes.
Diba? But it's the sinful part.
Yun yan.
Yun lang. So, if you want to, yung sinasabi sexy chicks, bibili ka ng chicken breast. Yun ang kainin mo. Of course, if you eat less, you'll become sexy.
Tsaka hindi po sa lahat ng mga ina-advertise, we should
Be analytical, be critical.
Yes,
definitely.
yes.
If it's misleading,
Actually, with advertising, all the good things lang sasabihin doon eh.
Of course.
The
not
adverse
the bad.
reaction and all that, the bad thing about the medications or the food or something, hindi naman mabanggitin yan. So we should be critical and we should analyze, no?
That is definitely correct, Doctor.
Oo,
I even encountered a friend nga po, sabi sa akin, hindi totoo yan, in-advertise eh. What the?
water. Sabi ni, Dina again. Thanks, Doc. How about, how true na yung, I won't mention the big name, sikat na, sikat na burger joint. Pinanood niya raw sa YouTube ang mga things about it. And from here on, hindi na ako makain ng burgers dahil hindi pala nasisira daw ito. Well, yeah, you can read a lot on this. And you know what? A burger to be delicious should be at least 20% fats.
Fat, yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's blunt and wala lasa.
And usual burger, napakataas ang calorie talaga yan, Doc.
Yeah, in fact, I want to put up a burger house and I'm gonna put 40% fat. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's the fat that makes it tasty. You know why? Our tongue, we were genetically designed by our Creator to survive. And one of the means to survive as early human beings, primitive human beings of hundreds and thousands of years ago, they hunt, they gather, they fish. It's not always plenty. You don't get to eat meat every day. So yung drive natin, yung craving natin to store up fats for times of famine is there. Yung kanya we eat more of this, kanya nalalasahan natin, nag-enjoy tayo sa fats kasi parang kailangan ng katawan natin. But ito naman, kinakailangan lang natin just to store up. And in fact, yung mga nakatira sa mga temperate zones, they have to store up and pack up fat for the winter kasi wala sila pagkain sa winter. Yeah. But sometimes itong genetic code na ito sa brain natin, nahanap pa rin. Naakala natin, we still have to eat more of this. It's what we enjoy. So, now that we are becoming aware of this, we can modify our lifestyle and probably have longer and better lives. Alam mo ba, Doc, na obesity is one of the pinaka-prevalent na lifestyle disease.
Yes, I agree with you, Doc.
Obesity. Dati sa Amerika lang, ngayon hanggang sa Pilipinas.
Sa Pilipinas, yes. Actually, Doc, I used to lecture pa on medication before yung wala nang yung Redactyl, regards to obesity.
Redactyl?
Yes. That's sibutramine, Doc.
Does it work? I mean, is it...
Yes, definitely it works. But the problem is the company tends to pull out the medication in the market.
Why?
Why?
There was a study before. That's a 5-year study. It's called Storm Trial. No, they found out that those they include subjects with high risk medical problem, like for example, post-stroke patients with diabetes, patient who have history of bypass before, who are overweight or obese. So they gave indication. On the first series, they found that it's a good thing. However, after they finish the trial, after 5 years, there's an increase or about 14%, I think, of the possibility of stroke. No? But non-fatal stroke. No?
Okay.
But usually, we don't give it naman in those high-risk patients. We give those medication before to those patients who are relatively healthy but overweight or obese. Right?
So,
Gusto yung individual. But
sayang
but
naman.
probably they think of possibility of litigations before
yeah.
later on. So they decide to pull it out. But I think that's the only medication we have before. Until now, we don't have
An effective anti-obesity.
What-
I think
What
there's
does
one
it do po? How does
There's
it work?
one. There's one thing that may prevent obesity. Poverty. If you've got nothing to eat.
Yeah.
No.
You could go into malnutrition naman, and possible infectious disease. No? Yeah. Yun naman po
That's
lang.
the problem. Now, probably moderation lang. Awareness
Yes.
is the best. Curing an ailing person is one, but preventing ailment is the best.
Yeah,
exactly.
Alam mo, ang daming kwan. Tingnan mo yung ICUs natin. Sino tinatamaan palagi dyan? Hypertensives, diabetics, people with heart problems. So, yan. We have a Nan texter. Nan, madre. This is Sis Aba. Yeah. Thank you very much for your show. Sis Aba here listening with all the nuns together. They're going to have fun in Subic ngayon. Magagandang umaga po. She's one of our patients.
Ganda umaga po.
Sister Aba. Rolly. Doc, ask ko, bakit 2 boteng beer lang per week? Vision na ba beyond? Yes.
Yes, in the long run, no? Kung halimbawa when we're taking a bottle of beer on a daily basis for several years, so pag pinagsama-sama po natin, that's a big ano. I encounter patients who are taking only around one bottle a day.
Yes.
For about 10, 20 years. Somehow, it could affect the liver already, Doc. No?
Even though.
We think parang okay, konti-konti lang. Pero pag pinagsama natin, the most important thing is the cumulative effect of the alcohol.
May kilala ako ngayon, si Bok. Araw-araw, may ng Red Horse yan. 2, 3.
Ayun. May nagre-react, Doc.
Oo, si Bok yan. Pati papa niya, pinapainom ko minsan. Kanya pinagbuhal ako, minum.
Doc, masingit ko lang.
Yes.
Nababanggit nga kasi natin on the topic na yun nga lang once a day na beer malaki na epekto, cumulative, di ba? Sa YouTube nga, ang dami mo nakikita, may mga competition pa, isang bote na malalaking alak, isang bagsakan, dire-diretso.
Oh my God.
It's
Diba?
all for fun. Pero
Can you imagine kung isang bote nga lang, in the long run, it will give so much pain already.
at least siguro medyo may healthy yung pinag-uusapan natin dito. Sa beer, meron mga component niya.
Yeah,
may
na
vitamin,
malt.
balance
Yeah,
salt, and all
sort of
that.
malt, yeah.
But the most important siguro with the alcohol siguro more the red wine siguro. Because of yung high content ng mga antioxidants.
Tannins, yeah.
Yung mga
Yeah.
tannins and all that, no? That kasi somehow, it's already known fact na somehow it could prevent. May mga anti-cancer properties siya.
Yeah.
So,
Antioxidant.
antioxidant.
You know what?
positive.
I read how much red wine should we drink in order to prevent
Actually, tinanong ko to, Doc. Siguro,
Alam mo?
yes, Doc.
I was surprised. A barrel a day.
What?
Wow.
Just to get all
Just to
the...
get the amount of antioxidants.
Yung mga kailangan.
So, sabi ko, it's crazy. So, then again, yung alcohol content niya will be more, the negative effect would be,
Self-defeating.
yeah. So, pag sinabi na, I'm taking red wine, it's healthier. Okay, go ahead. Pero, you're fooling yourself kasi hindi mo alam eh. Now, there's this thing, resveratrol. Have you heard about that?
Yes.
Resveratrol.
Resveratrol.
And I've been interested with this since 1997 pa. At may evidence talaga na meron siyang rejuvenating meaning nakakapagpabuhay ng cells at saka nag-i-improve yung longevity ng cells. And they studied this Sinclair group these are scientists, pinag-aralan nila ano ang effect ng resveratrol sa cell. And they found out that the effect is very similar when the cell is placed in a state of starvation.
Okay.
So, when you starve the cell, it tends to trigger the genes that would make it survive during starvation. You tend to slow down aging. You tend to be more resistant to diseases like hypertension, diabetes. So, what to do? Starve yourselves a little. So, what will be the net effect? You will lose weight. You will become skinny. Yes, you may look like Mr. Burns of The Simpsons, but definitely you may have a healthier set of organ systems in your body. Check it out, doctor.
Yes, yes.
In the States, there is this CRS group. It's called the Caloric Restriction Society. They are very thin. They call them the skinnies, but they think they tend to live longer. When they have parties, magsishare lang sila ng tigi-tigi ng biscuits, and they talk about how good their life is. Na napakahirap, isipin natin, napakahirap gawin. But pag naayos mo yung mindset, it makes sense eh.
Yeah.
They made studies on rats. Rats who were fed resveratrol and those who were not. Those who were not tend to become fatter, slower, and less energetic.
Sluggish.
Yeah, sluggish. They tend to die earlier. Those given resveratrol had longer lifespan, shinier coats, better sex drive.
That's the best part.
better performance. You know, kasi may genes tayo na in times of famine and war, you really want to reproduce. You want to preserve your kind, your species. Kanya mapansin mo pagka may famine and war, yung sex drive tumataas eh. Yes, you want to preserve, you want to produce more of your kind, gano'n. So these are God-given drives yan eh. So what I'm trying to point out is, if we are aware of this, we would start restricting our caloric intake. You would become thinner, and we might end up living longer and healthier lives. If you think Dr. Noel Jusay&Lacsamana is pulling your leg, check it out. I-google nyo. Caloric Restriction Society, resveratrol, and what? Tingnan ninyo. I-google nyo.
That's an interesting...
Yeah, it is. It is.
Indeed, it is interesting.
Yeah, you know, then recently na di ba, when we met, my tummy was really bulging. I was size 37. Now I'm size 32, nahuhubo pa. I lost more than 20 kilos.
Yes, that's right.
A gradual diet lang. Less calories.
So you're taking resveratrol, doctor?
Yes. And I feel more delicious.
Yes, exactly. I think it was Oprah who said, lose 4 pounds and you're already an inspiration. Yeah. Just keep on doing it.
Pero remember, delicious is nothing if you're not nutritious.
Exactly.
Yeah, try it out. Restrict your diet. Feed yourself according to your needs only. So, di ba, doctor?
Yes, doctor.
Ito may nag-text dito about salt eh. Doc, how true that the basic ingredients should always be salt and pepper? How healthy? And Rina Tan.
Salt and pepper.
Okay, gano'n ka na?
Basic ingredient daw dapat salt and pepper lang. Wala na siguro mga additives.
Wala na additives?
How healthy? Siguro depende sa amount of salt, ano, Doc?
Definitely. So, the more salt kasi, the more possibility na, especially if you're hypertensive, tataas ang blood pressure. Possibility of developing also kidney stone in the long run. So, basta just enough to taste the food.
Yeah.
That would be enough. So, wala sigurong excess sausawan and all that.
Huwag sobra, no?
Yes.
Tayo pa rin, yung patis, pinasasabaw pa
No.
yan.
I even have a friend, ipatis na lang kaysa parehas din kaya pinagaling. Wag asin yung patis na lang dahil saan ba galing kaya?
Hindi ito nga yung matindi. Sabi nung sa alat mo kumain. Iodize yan, okay.
Because of the iodine.
Hindi. Misleading di ba? Akala nila, the iodine won't make it will make it better, but it won't make it healthier if you take some.
And you can take iodine in all other foods, especially seafoods, no?
Yes,
So
yes.
Ayan. Doc, thank you for informing. Nice. I came across this article too, but not convinced. Now I'm better convinced. I think I have to slim down. Sally, 180. Ang bigat niya.
118.
Sally, and she's 5'2".
Google
180.
your
Oh,
BMI.
that's a lot, Sally. Yes, keep it down. True, Doc, overweight. I'm paying so much for it. Less attractive. In fact, I lost my BF because of my weight. Now I tend to eat more when I'm depressed. What to do? Eat less and you'll be a lot delicious, and your boyfriend might come back. Diet. Nagtatanong, ano effective na diet pill daw na pwedeng inumin? He's asking about Orlistat for the fats.
Orlistat na available na sa market
Sa
right now.
fats,
Doc. There's no other oral anti-obesity medication.
Actually,
right now.
I'm taking Orlistat when I eat fatty diet. But nag-isip ako, I spent so much of this. You spend so much for that, ha? Mahal.
Yes.
What if I just lessen the intake? Di, buwasan mo lang. Kasi it's gonna remove at least 30% lang ng kinain mong fats eh. The other 70% you still absorb. So why don't you just cut it in half? Hindi ka na nagtitake, no?
And at the same time, Doc, when you're taking Orlistat, you should also monitor your liver function test, especially the SGPT.
sira.
Sometimes
Oh,
can increase the SGPT. So very important also na we have to monitor yung liver function test mo when you're taking Orlistat. But somehow, kung okay naman po, you can continue that, no?
so liver function test yan. So, ito naman si Dindo. Doc, anong ibig sabihin ng fatty liver? Kasi na-ultrasound ako, fatty liver daw. I'm 42. Low grade drinker lang naman. Once in 2 weeks.
Okay. Most of the time, the cases we've seen, when say fatty liver, natatagdad po ng taba yung atay natin, no? And
How prevalent is it?
very prevalent, Doc. Mataas ang ano. So most of the time, nakikita lang po natin to accidental findings when you do ultrasound. Pero asymptomatic naman po mga pasyente, walang nararamdaman. But the main problem with fatty liver, fat itself is a toxin. Lason po siya actually sa liver din natin, sa atay natin.
Oh, okay.
So in the long run, so pag nandoon yung taba natin magagamot yan, that can cause damage to the liver also. Sabi nga pa ng mga gastroenterologists, in the long run, in the next 20 years, the most common cause of liver cirrhosis or yung pagkasira ng atay, that is not due to hepatitis, which is yung number one cause ngayon, hepatitis. Pero in 20 years from now, the number one cause will be due to fatty liver. So they found, they seeing a trend.
So how
going
do you
to
prevent that, Doc?
So basically, number one cause, kaya nagkakaroon taba doon, is usually diet yun natin.
Kain pa rin.
High fat diet pa rin.
So
It's
Orlistat
not
can
really the
help.
alcohol, basically, Doc, no?
So Orlistat can help them.
Somehow, siguro, Doc, makakatulong. No? So, but the most important thing is we should avoid fatty foods pa rin. So, most probably sa mga kinakain natin to, alcohol can contribute somehow, pero on a less,
Mas matindi pa rin yung diet, ano?
more of the diet. No?
More on lean meat kaya, Doc.
Yes. Very
Just take out all the fats.
Actually, I usually advise patient to siguro maybe around 4 to 5 times meat intake in a week. No?
Okay.
So mostly siguro fish,
Hindi all
vegetables.
the time, ha? Hindi all the time.
Not in every meal, no?
Not all the
Na
time.
may meat talaga. So
Nako. Yung may hilig sa nothing but meat, ayaw ng gulay. Patay.
Yeah. Sabi ni Raymond, in that case, Doc, I'm gonna live healthier because all I do with meat now is just taste it and I don't swallow it.
Yeah, just taste it.
and also,
No to you, ah.
yes. And in addition lang daw, Doc, sa fatty liver, kasi masyadong malawak na yung knowledge about fatty liver. Hindi lang to simpleng taba sa atay. That can also indicate other systemic problem. Like for example, if you have fatty liver, there's a chance later on to develop the hypertension and diabetes.
Is it reversible?
It's reversible, Doc.
So how do you reverse it? Diet again?
Usually diet, no? And also, ano lang siya, para siyang marker na possibility magkaroon tayo ng mga complications later on.
I see.
So we have to monitor, especially kung halimbawang may strong family history of hypertension or diabetes, and also increased cholesterol. So we have to monitor it, no?
Yeah.
And we have to treat it promptly. No?
So you have medications for fatty liver?
Actually, nagbibigay naman tayo, Doc, ng mga liver supplements right now, no? Sa market, no? But the most important also, kung ano yung underlying cause. If that's the high fat diet, so we should cut down on
Cut
fat.
that,
Basically. The supplements can also somehow help, no? Pero hindi yun talaga ang number one na makakabawas doon.
Kasi may narinig ako mga supplements sa ano eh. Is it Silimarin ba yun?
There's a lot of good supplements in the market, no? One of which is silimarin also. You have also those carnitine orotate, no?
Carnitine.
Yes, no.
So
So there's now a combination of these two medication in the market right now, no. So na binibigyan natin somehow good good results with patients, no. But actually, Doc, multidisciplinary approach talaga. It's not only on the supplements, it's not also
Yung
the
underlying
diet.
factor talaga.
The underlying factors should be addressed, no. Okay.
Doctor, alam mo, ganda-ganda ng topic natin today.
I really wanna
You know, I
more. Ang sarap eh.
Parang you want more and more. However, it's time. It's 10:20 and the doctor has a very busy practice too. Doc, saan po kayo nagpa-practice? Tell us para we can ask our listeners to come to you.
Okay, I do have my clinic at number 55 Elecanyo Street, East Bacoor, Olongapo City.
Kapitbahay.
Yeah, kapit lang. Then I'm affiliated with all other hospitals, especially in Our Lady of Lourdes
Lourdes, yeah.
International Medical Center, and also in other hospitals here, like the Bay Point Hospital, James Gordon Hospital, St. Jude, and also Mother and Child.
Si Dr. Carlos Belchez is very accessible. Nandiyan lang sa East Bahak.
Yes, Doc.
Or if you want to get in touch with him, you can also text our hotline sa Lourdes or tawag kayo 222-9011-213 if you want to make an appointment with him. At Doctor, before we part, we'd like to greet Dr. Raymond Manzano. It's a general surgeon. Birthday niya, May 8. Happy birthday, Dr. Manzano, ha?
RG.
Happy birthday. You are a bit younger now than tomorrow. Yan, ha? Magandang birthday po sa inyo. And we are hiring pala sa Lourdes ng accounting clerk at saka registered pharmacists. So, please bring in your resume if you're interested. Kasi ang dami nagtatanong ng mga jobs and ano. At we would like to announce pala our magnetic resonance imaging machine, MRI. Medyo a bit better than the others daw dito sa around natin. But our prices are a lot less. Around 2,000 plus to 3,000 plus less. Because we want to serve more. So, our friend doctors who are listening, meron kayong mga patients for MRI, send them over to Lourdes at we'll be very, very glad to serve them. Our MRI specialist, radiologists, ay mga partners natin from St. Luke's.
Wow.
Sila yung sila Dr. Hozon, Dr. Paeng Hozon, who happens to be the first trained Philippine MRI specialist dito years ago. So, he's my contemporary sa St. Luke's. He does the reading para sa mga ganun. At ganoon din yung ating CT scan is in full operation. So, if you need these services, you will enjoy the benefit of a good machine and the benefit of paying less. Dr. Carlos Belchez, I hope this won't be the first and last. We would like to invite you again.
Part two, Doctor.
Anytime, Doc.
We had fun learning, especially kami ni DJ Double B who would want to become sexier, leaner,
Yes,
and more delicious, di ba?
I'm a little bit amazed also listening to our doctor
We're learning a lot
right
and
now.
Doctor, baka meron kayong line na pwedeng tawagan ng mga...
Okay, I have my cell phone number na lang. No problem naman, Doc.
Okay.
You can text me or contact me through 0920-906-8785 and also 0927-906-4304.
Okay, there you have it. Maraming salamat, Dr. Carlos Belchez. And
Thank you for having me here.
same time, same frequency next week. Ito ang inyong lingkod, Dr. Noel Jusay&Lacsamana, sa ating Konsulta pang Medisina. Maraming salamat po.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another Consulta pang Medisina done for. And next Thursday again, mark your calendars. Every Thursday po, 9 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock in the morning. This is Consulta pang Medisina.
89.5
My Subic Bay Radio.
worldwide.
Consulta pang Medisina. Consulta pang Medisina.
Is brought to you by
Our Lady of Lourdes
International Medical Center. Usapang medical ba mo? O baka naman libreng konsultasyon sa doktor ang iyong hinahanap? Aba, edi dito ka na sa bagong programa ng 89.5 FM My Subic Bay Radio. Kasama ang doktor ng bayan. Konsulta pang Medisina with Dr. Jusay&Lacsamana every Thursday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Isang oras ng libreng pagkonsulta live on air tuwing Huwebes mula alas 9 hanggang alas 10 ng umaga. Konsulta pang Medisina. Konsulta pang Medisina. Starring Dr. Noel Jusay&Lacsamana with special guest doctors every week specializing in pediatrics, OB-GYN, ophthalmology, general surgery, internal medicine, cardiology, dentistry, orthopedics, and many, many more. Libreng konsulta Medisina tuwing Huwebes ng umaga. Konsulta pang Medisina. Presented to you by Our Lady of Lourdes International Medical Center. Full hospital services with affordable, top-of-the-line facilities, laboratories, and rooms. Complete with state-of-the-art equipment. Avail of our special hospital packages such as executive checkup, OB package, HMO or company packages. We also accept insurance. Our Lady of Lourdes International Medical Center is located at number 2 National Highway, Barrio Barreto, Olongapo City. For more information, call our landline number 047-306-5250 or text our cell phone number 0928-820-8191.